Hello and welcome to Undet for Revit. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use our new tool called Align Walls and Columns. So previously we have developed two tools called Fit Wall and Fit Columns. And when we are working with these, sometimes we have this problem that elements are slightly at angle to grid line or any other element which is modeled in the project. So fixing these problems whenever, let's say we want a perfect model where everything is aligned to each other so that we can easily make dimensions in the project. And in Revit, we know if elements are not aligned, it's very difficult to make dimensions with them. So, and also it's a good practice to keep everything aligned if it's within tolerance. So let's see how we can use this tool to solve this problem. So first of all, we just need to select all the elements which we want to work with. So right now, let's say in plan view, I just selected everything in ground floor. It's okay because tool will automatically filter only walls and columns. And then you need to click on align walls and columns. And as soon as you do, you will have this pop-up where you can see in 3D view all the elements with some color coding and list of these elements with what is their angular and linear deviations, and you can judge based on it. So for example, if you see anything which is light green, so it's already aligned. If it's darker green, yellow or orange, it is possible to align, but it has a deviation. And then if you'll see somehow anything which is red, it means it's not possible to align it because either it's outside our linear deviation tolerance or it's outside our angular deviation tolerance. So you can define always your project tolerance based on of your project in here. For maximum deviation is linear dimension, so it's right now set as 30 millimeters. Then we have angular deviation, which is set as 5 degrees. And here you will get some extra information where you can see the minimum deviation, what is the maximum deviation in the elements, minimum deviation in angular, and then maximum angular deviation. Then also we have some average, just so you know that how much problems we have and how much issue we are facing currently with the existing elements. Let's see how we can fix them. We have four ways of aligning everything. So we can align everything on the grids if you already have grid defines for the project. Otherwise, you can use auto axis where tool will automatically figure out the alignment and what's the axis of each of the element and somehow make a mean axis considering all the elements and try to align them to each other. Then we have project north where you can align everything to your setup project north. Then you can use selected walls where, let's say, we are confident with few of the external walls or a wall which is going throughout the floor plan, and we want everything to be aligned to that particular element. So you can just click on select walls and select the element which you want to align everything to, and that's all. So let's see how it works. So first of all, let's try auto axis, which is in most of the cases we are using. You just need to select auto axis, define your maximum deviation and maximum angular deviation, and then just click on align elements. As soon as you will do this, you will be able to align everything automatically, and then you will get few warnings where it shows that element is, let's say, slightly off the axis, or element is maybe it's not joining anymore, which was joined before. And sometimes Revit just breaks the corners where they were trim and extended. So in these cases, you will get this pop-up where you can select these walls. So right now I can see it highlights this wall, so it got slightly off the axis. Again, it's maybe not a problem, but if it's a problem, you can always fix it manually because it's highlighting all these elements for you. Let's go back, Control Z, and try once again with some other settings. So let's say Undet, align walls and columns, and let's make our tolerance 10 millimeters and then see what we get. So if we want to make sure that everything is aligned to 10, everything is not moved more than 10 millimeters in linear dimensions, and let's say maximum deviation of 2 degrees. Now we'll get few elements which color is changed because there is one wall which cannot be aligned with these tolerances. So if you do, this wall will stay as it is because it's outside tolerance. So in these cases, you will easily see, okay, the red walls are not possible. Any other color is possible, but maybe there is a bigger deviation, which you might need to check later if it's causing any issue, like maybe something is attached to that wall, maybe something is made as a modular place using that wall as a reference. So in these cases, it's always good to align walls and columns in the first step of the process where you're not using these walls to make other details like, I don't know, windows, sweeps, wall sweeps, anything which is referencing any wall. So good practices always do it at the first stage instead of going finishing the whole project and doing it at the end of the project because it will create you secondary problems which will be difficult to solve at that point. So also this time we'll try to use grids to align. So right now I chose grids and we see some walls which cannot be aligned to the grids because they're at some angle, and it's okay because we want them to be at this angle. So if it doesn't change, it's not a problem for us. Then we can also choose project north. So if now we can see a few orange walls, so that means they have some tolerance which is more than 10 millimeters, or you see it's 9 millimeters, so it's nearly approaching the maximum deviation which is allowed. So in any case, whenever you will see any orange wall, that means it's nearly approaching the same amount of deviation which is defined as maximum deviation allowed. So you might want to check them if you are concerned about anything which is related to that wall. Then we can also select by select walls. So in this case, I just need to, it'll tell me to pick few walls. So let's say I want to align everything to this wall, this one, and let's say this one, and one horizontal wall, let's say this one. And you can click on finish. And now it will show you which walls are possible to align to the selected walls and which are not possible. So again, it's pretty similar case that this wall is not possible to be aligned and this wall is nearly approaching the maximum deviation. Then you just need to click on align walls and everything will be done. It will show you again few pop-ups if in case something is breaking or something is not okay or creating some warnings. So in this right now it didn't create any warnings, so that's good. I hope it will help you in making your project much cleaner and schematic looking plans where you don't have to worry about making dimensions and picking some points or making lines just to make a nice, neat plan. I hope it will save you a lot of time and make your project successful. Thank you.